Welcome everybody to the Invincibles. I'm Lee Chashes. I've got Chris Hudson with me back, and of course Smarty Marty is with us as well, So listen, before we go into what's gone on and everything, we've got to go back. I'm afraid, guys, we've got to go back
to, or we staying with this current day with the current situation and state of the AFTV injury update. Every week I like to know this.
We're slightly better, aren't we, Chris?
How are you
I'm a little bit better, but I don't. I'm not worried about old Lee.
Yeah.
What is it? Go on, what is it?
Have an operation.
Let's talk.
I'm getting better, but...
What do you reckon, a matter of weeks or days?
Still weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, and he's back fully fit.
No, I've had a little bit of a setback,
Setback.
He might have to have an operation there because it's protruded out more than what they thought it would.
Okay.
So I've had to, I've had to have another scan and it's shown up. So it's touch and go. Like we'll have to wait and see. You know what I mean? So they've not made a decision yet. So
I wish you two fine young gentlemen a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Let's get you back in the first team, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, it's not good, but poor Chris couldn't run to his train last week. He had to go to another station, couldn't get to a quick one. So, we're on the road to recovery.
Good.
Arsenal on the road to recovery, you know what I mean? That's what we're going to say. Or is it like in Jaws, we're going to need a bigger boat, you know what I mean? So, got to go back to last Sunday.
Yep.
Chris, to start with you, I've seen Marty since I haven't seen you. How are you feeling? Are you still a little bit down?
It was the worst performance of the season. I think it was. But we had to put it in a little bit of perspective.
Go on.
You know, it's the first game we've lost at home for ages, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I've got to be honest, I think the timing of us playing Man United was wrong. If we'd played them 3 or 4 weeks ago, I don't think they would have come there and won. A totally different Man United.
Yeah.
But then what's done my head in, in life, you're going to lose a game of football. But some of the crap I've seen, Paul Scholes, how dare he say, if Arsenal win the league, they'd be the worst team ever to win the league. What are you talking about?
I can't believe he said that.
He did say it.
I know he said it.
And what upset me, that no one pulled him up saying it either. He's a wonderful player, but...
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
He was a good player.
Yeah,
I thought he was a bit of a thug on the field, you know what I mean?
But don't come on the telly talking absolute crap.
Yeah.
And then I think the Arsenal supporters have had a lot of stick this week. Well, apparently we all booed them off Sunday. Well, there's no booing around me. And then Danny Murphy said on TalkSport, said he sat at the Emirates, he couldn't believe some of the things that Arsenal fans were coming out with. What is it? I just don't understand it, Lee.
I think it's. I'll tell you what. With all that,
I've had enough of it.
They're tearing it up. They're tearing it up. So if and when we win something, that they can already like jump on it and make out it's not worth what it is and what it was. It's like that's all it is. They're just trying to discredit what this current Arsenal team are doing. This league is competitive, and the thing that's I think more competitive about this league is you look at how tight it is throughout the middle of the league. You know, one win can make you jump a number of places in the league. It's very competitive, and certainly football's moved on since their day. It's a lot quicker, it's a lot faster, it's a lot more intense, there's a lot more games, and that's just the truth of the situation. Personally, when it comes to Paul Scholes, I understand he's a good player. Would I have preferred a Gerrard or a Lampard to him? Yeah, I would have, but so we'll leave.
You know, like, I can sit here and say, well, the Man United team that won the Champions League in 1999 were the luckiest team ever.
Yeah.
You know, how about that?
Yeah. And they were. You know what I mean? And also, the last time Man United won the league, it wasn't a great team, was it? Van Persie, if it weren't for him taking him out of the team, they wouldn't. Listen, I have all these things, like when they turn around and say, oh, Man United weren't the greatest, when they ain't the greatest at this moment in time. Well, nor Arsenal back in 2008, 2009, and whenever they won the league the last time. You know what I mean? Everybody has their drop-offs. You know what I mean? It's just that... I also think the league's a little bit more competitive than it was a few years ago. because you look at, we're going to Leeds on Saturday. You ain't guaranteed whether you're going to win, lose or draw, like, you know what I mean? But years ago, you could say, oh, right, you're playing a team who's in the bottom four, you know who's going to go and win that game. So, I you know, listen, I don't know where all that comes from and all that, like why they want to say that. Basically, like, if we're the worst team and all that, why are they going so mad about beating us then? You know what I mean? Like, we've had about 4 days of it, like, you know what I mean, of them being, and deserved to say. And listen,
they ain't got nothing to keep them occupied in during the week. Do you know what I mean? They're sat at home, bored out their heads. You know, midweek comes and they're sitting there putting the TV on, going, oh, I'm going to put Man United on. And they're like, oh, we're not on. Oh, we must be in something. Yeah, but oh, no. We're not in anything. Not in any cup, not in the FA Cup, not in the Carabao Cup, and we're not in the Champions League.
You know what I mean? Like, midweeks off, they're going to have a couple of weekends off as well. You know what I mean? So, because
the FA Cup.
The FA Cup's now on a Saturday and everything.
Yeah, I don't mind banter.
No, I don't mind banter. But like,
don't go on Sky.
Yeah, that's different.
With rubbish like that.
That's different, like, you know what I mean. But listen, at the end of the day, he's got your goat, and that's what he's meant to do. That's what it's all for. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean.
In your week, Chris.
It's all like it's all a little bit clickbait, isn't it? And things like that. Listen, I'll tell you this now, right? And this is how I've looked at it. I'm as disappointed I am by it, and I am disappointed by the result and everything like that. And I found it hard to go. But one thing I'm going to say, you've got a little bit of thing on it, is as poor as we was, they had to beat us with 2 wonder goals. And they were great goals.
Yeah, they were.
You know what I mean? Like,
and we had to give them a goal. We had to literally, Zubomendi passed it to Mbueno.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But you know, like, that can happen. But like 2 wonder goals, and as poor as we were, like, you know, I think at the end of the day, my look at it is, and this is where it's great that we can talk and all that, and give everybody a little bit of our wisdom, if you like, because we know that winning leagues, we've seen it before. There's always one of them results in there. You know what I mean? Like Blackburn at home. Do you remember that one back in the day?
Yeah.
That's 3-1, wasn't it?
I think 3-1.
3-1. Was it Overmars scored that lob?
I think we was 1-0 up in that game.
Yeah, we was. Overmars scored a lob in that game, and then Blackburn come back. And I remember that because Highbury at that time went mad with that result. And we had a couple of results around that game.
They weren't great. It was about January time as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I think it was a bit early. I think it might have been December. I think it was. And then I remember it because we lost another game. Was it Man United? It might be Man. And there was a mood. But then we went on after that, and we know the rest is history, as they say.
Charlton at home. Do you remember that one? Charlton at home.
4-1.
Yeah,
we got absolutely smashed.
So these results do happen and all that, like, you know. I mean, the thing is not to panic and all that, like, you know. So I don't look at it as a catastrophe. I just go, look, you know, every team's going to have that one. You know what I mean? Spurs versus Man City. Man City had it, didn't they? They lost 2-0 to Spurs.
Villa lost to Everton.
They lost to Everton. Like, you know, that's a bad result. You know, so they do happen every now and then. Like, you know, so at the end of it, you know, from our point of view, we just got to dust ourselves down and just say, look, they deserve to beat us on a day, and we move on. But it was a hard one to take, wasn't it?
Yeah, do you know what really annoyed me about the game was, and I kind of explained it on fan cam afterwards, but I've never been, I don't think so angry. Is it angry, stressed, a bit intense after the game, as I have that game, I think, for years. And I'll tell you why. It was the unforced error. I mean, listen, Zubomendi, that ball comes into him. Don't know why he plays it back. You just play it on, and Rice was running in to make a perfect run. You just knock it on. Obviously, the closing down, Madueke giving the ball away, and then Zubomendi again not closing Dorgu down, and then Rice not closing down Kuna. And it was just the attitude sometimes of like the expectance to win, but not doing enough and putting in. And then where I sit like obviously below you, and obviously subs warm up right in front of me, and you can see everything. And then you've got our Arsenal players, we're 2-1 down, and they're talking to the Manchester United players and like having a chat with the Mavs and all that. And I'm like, listen, I don't care whether you used to play with him. I don't care whether he's your mate. We're 2-1 down. It's a competitive game and there's a lot of money at stake here. You know, this is it's Premier League football. But furthermore, I'm watching this. They're essentially the enemy, you know, and I don't expect you to be sitting there chatting and having a laugh. We're 2-1. I don't find it funny. We're 2-1 down. And I certainly didn't find it. And I see that a time ago before, and I don't want to mention the players because I don't want to dig them out, but I will mention this player. And I saw it, I remember, this was a while ago, and it was Richarlison and Zinchenko, and they did the same thing. And listen, Richarlison's probably one of the most hated players in the Premier League, let's be honest. And Zinchenko was there chatting and laughing and joking to him. And I'm like, mate, we're playing Tottenham, and you're here laughing and joking with Richarlison on the sidelines in front of me. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't save it for afterwards. Yeah. You know, you've got phones, you've all got phones, you leave it in your WhatsApp groups, or, you know, give them a call afterwards. Hey mate, how you doing? You know, we'll go for some food or whatever. But don't do it in front of me at the Emirates, especially while we're losing. I don't want to see it. And I just found it disrespectful. And it was that really set the tone for me. Those little details of, I just think it's disrespectful. You know, I don't want to see it in front of my face.
That's fair enough. Like, you know, yeah. I mean, I quite like it when they don't want to shake their hands at the end of the game. And
I love it, mate.
Yeah. I've got no beef in that. Like, I've played in games when I didn't want to shake players' hands after the game, and they didn't want to shake my hands after the game. No problem. It's football.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. I mean, it was like of course, it's a competitive game. And it's just, I don't know, it really got my back up. And I've seen it a few times, or even they're running along and they're little high fives. I'm like, mate, like, surely someone needs to tell them this. There must be someone in the backroom staff say, listen, you can't be behaving like this. It's not. Leave it to after the game. Just don't do it in plain sight.
It's saying that though, it was quite a niggly game, I thought. You know what I mean? Like, it was a little bit back to the old Man United Arsenal games, which I quite like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's part and parcel of the game. It's like, you go, remember all the games with Keane and Vieira, and I'm not necessarily saying I want to see them kicking lumps out of each other. I mean, if they do, fine. But I'm not saying that's what I want. I'm not baying for blood here. I'm just, you know, there needs to be that competitive edge, because this is top level Premier League football. This is what's exciting. Like, for example, see the game last night. I know we're going to come on to that, but that game wasn't like really a competitive game as it was. So there weren't any hard tackles going in. There was no like beef. There was no, you know, none of that, because it was an enjoyable experience. Okay, when you're talking about Arsenal versus Manchester,
I don't think it was that enjoyable.
I personally did enjoy it. I just thought
I didn't enjoy it last night.
Yeah, my enjoyment was watching Havertz. That's what I went to the game.
That's what I mean.
I thought he was one.
Let's talk about that then. Like, let's talk about Kai Havertz. Like, you know what I mean? What a sensational 45 minutes that was. Much better than what I ever thought I was going to see from him. Like, you know.
But you know more about when you come back from a long-term injury. They say it's the adrenaline. And you fall off. So we still got to manage you. Remember, we can't. And I'd love to play him at Leeds. I really would. But
I think you got to.
You talked about handshakes and all lovey-dovey. It won't be lovey-dovey up there, I'll tell you that.
No, that's what I mean. And do you know what? For me, Kai Havertz is the perfect guy for that. One, he's come. I'm not saying you can't play Kai Havertz 90 minutes now. Whether you start him or whether you, I say finish him, you know, he comes on, does the 55, 60 minutes onwards, either or, he needs to play a part in that game. And I'll tell you why. What I saw from him and Gyökeres, he unlocked him. Havertz had everything to do with all three of those goals. He scored a decent goal, comes back, scores a goal, and he set up one and set up the other one, basically. He was involved with all of them. And the balls he was putting through, he was a handful.
Do you remember what Arteta said about 3 or 4 months ago? He said, I've not been able to do this.
Yeah.
He wanted Havertz and Gyökeres together.
Well, they did look. I'll tell you what I liked about Havertz's performance was that every time he got the ball, he looked to go forward. Forward. So he's a good player. One thing that was very interesting, 45 minutes in the come off.
I know what you're going to say.
Is that, I don't really see that often, Chris.
No.
Someone doing that. Is that with the fault that he's going to play him on Saturday?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, possibly.
I think it is. Listen, he's had his little run out. He's had his little, like, Calafiori got rid of the rust. Calafiori had the rust. He gives away a penalty. I'm glad he got a bit of time. You need to, you know, sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you do. This is a situation where I think he saw with Havertz, I've seen enough. I've seen enough of what you're going to do. Come off at half time. I'm playing you. I'm openly to say I'm playing you against Leeds. Because like you said, Chris, that game against Leeds is going to be a tough game going away to Ellen Road. You know, they're up for it there. and Leeds are going to be up for it. Leeds are going to fancy it after Man United. They've had a few good results this season. We smashed them 5-0 in the fixture at the Emirates, and they're going to look to repay the favour and stop our title charge.
If he plays Havertz, who for?
Odegaard.
Yeah, for me personally, right, and this is one thing I say: he's a club captain, and there's respect for that. And I believe we were talking about this on the starting 11. He's a phenomenal player. There's a phenomenal player in there, like a real match-winning guy. I do believe that reassigning the captaincy is going to. It happened with Granit Xhaka. We spoke about it. It happened with Granit Xhaka. You reassign the captaincy, and you've got a completely different player. Sometimes situations weigh too heavily on certain people. And there's nothing wrong with that in life. What I want to see is the best of Martin Odegaard. I don't want to see this version. He comes on last night, slows the game down. We were on fire in the first half. Comes on, we can see 2 goals, slows the game down, gives the ball away, doesn't quite get. He was off the pace against that. No disrespect to Kairat, but they weren't a good team. They're probably.
Where would you actually put them in the
Europa Conference League? That's where I put them in.
Would they... Right.
Championship.
Yeah, not Premier League?
No way. They're not Premier League level.
Second division, if that.
Yeah, Championship, yeah.
So all right. So we're not saying that they're a great team. So you've got to take that into consideration with Kai Havertz, right? Okay. That could be the case, So I'll ask you this question, Chris. If we're not going to play Kai Havertz,
Eze.
You're going to go Eze,
because I think he needs to be given his head. I think we need to invest in Eze. I think Arteta has to say. Apparently, we've all got to get on this boat, haven't we?
Yeah.
Positive boat.
Yeah, man.
So I'm on the positive boat.
Oh, you're on there, you've got your flip-flops on.
I've got my flip-flops. On that boat, I want to see Eze get a run.
Or is it like Jaws? We're going to need a bigger boat.
I need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
So you'd go with it. But I get that with it, but I don't think Eze done enough for me.
Yeah, but I still think the more you play him, the better he's going to get.
Do you not think he was that good?
Well, I thought he was all right.
I thought he was all right, but I was looking at yesterday against Kairat. I was looking at him and going, right, go on there and prove that you're going to be in the game against Leeds. I thought Norgard done well.
Yeah.
Good pot.
Right, I thought he done well. And you think, I could use him in a role defensively and all that. So I thought he done well. I think Martinelli done well. When you got Trossard not playing well, we needed that. I just felt that Eze needed to do what Havertz done, and he didn't.
I think for Saturday's game, let's say you start Eze. You start Eze with Rice and Zubimendi, you're going to go for. Listen, if Zubimendi was to have a stinker, you change him for Norgard. But I think that Eze potentially, I'm not talking about subbing him already, but bringing Kai Havertz on in that position with Gyökeres, we've seen what happened. Like, the guy basically assisted 2 goals and scored a goal. You can't really get that much of a better half. That's a statement of intent. Kai Havertz, no, he's clearly fit enough, like you said, that adrenaline surge from coming back from injuries, ready to go. Make the most of it. Like we saw it with Jesus.
On Norgard, I think he's been criminally underused. I'm thinking Villa away, he never come on. I thought we could have brought him on. And Chelsea away, when it was 3-1, he brought 2 forwards on and left Norgard on the bench. And I think that cost us a second
goal. He actually played Havertz in midfield. He should have brought Norgard on there. I think you've also got to look, Chris, at Tuesday as well, because don't forget we've got Saturday, Tuesday.
Big game.
I don't think. I think Norgard's got to play in one of these games.
Well, I might pick Saturday at Leeds. I might play Norgard at Leeds.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if it's starting over Zubimendi.
But Zubimendi. There's another thing that's upset me about people haven't digging him out. He's been one of Arsenal's best players.
I can't believe it. He's had one poor game.
And the thing is, he's come from the Spanish leagues. He's played 31 games on the trot for Arsenal this season.
They've been unbelievable.
That's ridiculous.
And at Spanish League, he'll have a 2-week break.
So, I thought that pass, that was down to pure fatigue, what he did last Sunday. I'm not making excuses. I just think...
See, that's where I think, you know, it was a difficult game to make lots of changes, but that's where he's got to. This is where Arteta, I think, has got to be clever. You know what I mean, like, and use the squad.
Yeah, but he don't, does he?
No, like, you know what I mean, like Zubimendi maybe needs a little bit of a break now, as you say, like, and you know, right, he didn't play this week, but like we've got 2 massive games coming up now, like, you know what I mean. We're getting to that one in a minute, but like, where it's all on Leeds, isn't it? But you've got to be thinking, as soon as that game finishes, what you're going to do in the next one. I don't think that the 11 starting this one, there's going to have to be a little bit of rotation there. Because then, you know, we're playing actually Saturday to Saturday, so 3 games in 7 days, because you've got Sunderland on the back after that one, like, you know, then we've got a little bit of a break. But
I think I hate to say at this stage of the competition, I think we've got a break after Sunderland, haven't we?
Yeah, I think like we've got.
Is it a week?
Yeah, we go to Dubai there, can't we?
Yeah, we've got like the FA Cup after that, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got a Wigan game, so we've got
a bit of an exclusive as well, like, you know.
Yeah, I do.
A little exclusive. If we beat Chelsea,
go on.
If we beat Chelsea on Tuesday night, we then will be playing Wolves.
Go
on the 18th of February. So after the Wigan game, before the Spurs game, on a Wednesday
18th
night.
of February. That's a Wednesday night, isn't it?
Mm. So Tottenham wouldn't have played the week before because they're not in the FA Cup.
10 days rest.
And they've got about 10 days.
I'm not too worried about Tottenham, man. Listen,
all they're worried about is losing Saturday to Man City.
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
They, you know, again, they're at it, aren't they?
Yeah.
But then I've got a bit of news for them.
Go on.
This hope Chelsea might put a weakened team out against West Ham Saturday. Thought about that.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, like, you know what I mean, like maybe Chelsea will look at it
Tottenham
and think, well, we
could have a go here.
We want Tottenham relegated, so we'll lose as well. Like,
exactly.
I don't think they will though, do you? Because do you know what I mean? As much as I don't like Chelsea, they're not a losing mentality club, are they? Mm. You know, how can you go to a game? I get it if there's one game left of the season and you can't get anything. But at the end of the day, my attitude would be, if I was a Spurs fan, is that Arsenal are going to mess up anyway, and I can't worry about them. I've got to worry about us and get a result against Man City.
That's why.
But say they get hammered. Say Man City go there, they could put 4 or 5 past them. They put their mind to it, and they all go out. That's Arsenal. Got to have a right laugh, and then come the last week of the season, they get relegated by 5 goals.
This is what I mean. But this is everything that's wrong with the mentality of Spurs.
It's just before we say about Spurs, right? Then, you know, going on to the Man City game, they've got Man City on
Saturday.
Sunday.
The
following week, they've got Man United,
Newcastle,
and us. If they was to lose all 4 of them games, right, and West Ham would to win 2 out of the next 4, right, they would be in the bottom 3.
Yeah, good. Like you said, it was funny. We were on the way to the game. What was it? What did she say? She come along and said to you, I couldn't care about your result beating Kyrat in the Champions League or whatever. And you went, I couldn't care about any of your results. Win, lose or draw.
I don't care about Spurs no more. Do you know what? Like, it was a stage. I don't even. Do you know who are they playing the other day? I can't even remember. I didn't even know. I didn't even look. It was last Saturday. They were playing Burnley, weren't they?
Yeah, that's right. 2-2.
2-2, and I went and watched my boy play football, and I scroll. You know, you scroll past. I didn't even scroll past areas. I didn't even look. And I went, well, City are winning 1-0 already, like. And someone said, "How's Spurs again?" And I said, "Oh, I don't know. They've just scored."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like. Yeah, because it is funny, like, you know what I mean. So listen, I'm going to say this now, right? If Arsenal win against Leeds, right, I shall go out for a Sunday dinner somewhere and not bother watching that game.
Ooh.
Wow, really? You won't watch it?
No interest in it whatsoever. No interest in whatsoever.
I will put it on to probably hopefully fall asleep to on Sunday afternoon. That'll be my Sunday afternoon.
I can't be there going cheering on Spurs anyway. I don't care what anybody says. I won't be cheering them on. So I'm like, whatever happens.
Villa at Brentford, didn't they? Villa at home at Brentford, didn't they? I know people say don't. I'm still thinking Villa to me.
Yeah, Villa are very much in it. Like, they're a 2 o'clock kickoff though, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'll probably I'll watch that game and then go out for dinner after that.
They've lost their whole midfield through injury.
Yeah, right.
But, so they've re-signed Louise and they've brought Tammy Abrahams up front, haven't they, to play with.
Do you think Arsenal have, like, I know it's a bit different and whatever, but like just the two teams, there's 3 teams going for the title. I do think Aston Villa at this moment.
I think they are, yeah.
Both of them have invested in the transfer window, we haven't. Do you think that's a bit wrong from us?
That's what I've got used to, Lee. I'm not shocked by it.
Yeah, but I know. But do you think we missed
me, if I was in charge, I'll be looking to bring another striker in.
Yeah. Just to freshen things up.
Do you know what? If I was in charge at Arsenal, I'll be honest, I would go and buy Julian Alvarez right now. I would go and do what it takes to get him. And I'll tell you why. Like you said, actually, and to be honest, I didn't really think about it, but it's sort of stuck in my mind. The Invincibles, when we went and bought Jose Antonio Reyes, he's a very similar-ish player in ways, if that makes sense. The style of player, attacking threat, can play across the front 3, just add something completely different from Martinelli, Trossard, Saka, from everything that we've got up front. You can put him in. He will get you goals. He will assist. He will cause havoc and do damage.
We ain't know, are we?
No, because we
never
don't
know.
Well,
never know, man.
I know.
Never know. Listen, don't forget as well, Berta. Listen, expect the unexpected. We didn't expect Nkapie, did we? At the end, look what happened. Like
I just think it's something that will just give everybody a little bit of a boost. You know what I mean? Like if I
even alone.
Yeah, even alone. Let Wanyeri go, so we have got a little space somewhere along.
I think what that does is that affords you, right? Is let's say Arsenal go and splash 70, 80 million on Alvarez. I think it's reported he's going to be around 80 million quid to get him, realistically. And Atletico Madrid could probably do with the money as well. Now, he's probably going to go in summer if he doesn't. But if Arsenal go and buy him now, I think what that affords you with the fan base is, look, we've kind of, and it does go wrong, God forbid, at the end of the season, it kind of affords them a little bit of, look, we've thrown a kitchen sink at it. We even went and got, a forward player in January. It just kind of, what else can we do, sort of thing. I get it, in-game management and all of that stuff, but it'd show a real statement of intent. Like you say, it would completely re-galvanise the fan base and be like, right, this club's serious about winning stuff this season.
Do you know what's annoying to me about it, right, is that where we are now, Liverpool were in the same situation last season and we just didn't do nothing. And just said, you have the title. Like, these other teams are not letting us do that.
No, exactly.
They're not saying, we ain't going to buy no one. Like, we won't concentrate on the title no more. We concentrate on something else. I look at it now. Do you know what a fella said to me yesterday? I'm going to tell you something now, which you ain't going to like. He said me to mention this, so I'm going to see what you think about this. Every time Pep has been in a title charge, he's won it. He said, you go back to when Liverpool won it last season, right? They weren't in a title battle, gone out of it by a long shot. Like the last time they lost it to Liverpool, give up on it and gone out of it. But every other time, he's won it.
Well, he's bought well, hasn't he? He's bought Semenyo.
He's not giving up this title. He's in with a chase. So, and then when he's been in a title chase, he's never lost.
See, that's my big worry, is up front. I know Gottrez has scored 10 goals, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he looked all right yesterday.
But
we've already said what the opposition was.
It. And then I'm praying at Havertz in the last 15 games, at least, to get us through the season. And you've got Jesus. And we're in a way, we're back to where we were last January.
Yeah, so, do you know what? I'm going to say this now. My mate said it yesterday, big up Greg, he came up to me, he goes, he played Jesus last week. And I went, well, I wanted Jesus. I said to Jesus should play against Man. He was so poor against Man United. It was like, how can you be that poor? Mm. You know what I mean? So sometimes you've got to have a look at these players. I know everybody, listen, if Arsenal don't win the league this season, there's going to be a meltdown on the manager's side. We know that, right? It's going to be...
There was a meltdown on Sunday through to Tuesday, Wednesday, and we lost one game. Could you imagine, obviously, to throw this title away, we're going to have to lose a few... If we to throw this away, we'd have to lose quite a few games and we'd have to draw quite a few games.
I don't even want to think about it. Let's take it. I'm on the boat.
I'm on the boat.
He told us to get on the boat.
We're on the boat.
There holes?
We're on the boat.
Holes in the floor.
We win against Leeds, win against Chelsea, and things will look different.
That's what he says. We've got to enjoy it. That's what he said wasn't it, yesterday. That's my message.
It was a good press conference, wasn't it?
It was.
It was very, very professionally well put together.
We're on the boat. Is it a love boat or is it the Titanic?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I ain't very good on boats. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know if it's a good thing
or the water filling up.
But I actually felt that Mikel addressed that really well.
It was wonderful.
It was very, very good. Like, you know what I mean? And the last few press conferences have been, but that was one that was a bit inspirational, wasn't it?
Yeah, I must admit, I listened to it. I was right up for it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Exactly that. I listened to that and I was like, one, I thought respect to the man to coming out and having the arsehole to deliver it. But he delivered it in style. And after listening to it, I was like, yeah, we're going to win everything. I was like, we're going to be back to being. I was right to be positive, and I was like, we're going to go and win the lot, and it was good. And do you know what? I think you need your manager to do that 100%, but then it's got to be backed up by action. If he says that and it's not backed up by action, then there's going to be a problem.
I mean, I reckon by the time you go to bed after the Chelsea game next week, I think we have a right. I think we know where we're going, won't we? Are we in the League Cup final? Are we back on track?
I think I'm going to say it now. I think that what is it now? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, next 5 days define our season.
I think what we were saying, the Saturday, Tuesday, and then the Sunderland game. We've got a week off after. We've got a week off until the Wigan game on the Saturday. These 3 games.
But
I think you've got to throw the. I think you've got to throw.
Yeah, you got to throw the kitchen sink. But if you was to lose or draw Saturday,
I don't think
lose on Tuesday. I think come Sunderland game that would be a disaster.
You can't.
They've got to somehow get through these. Listen, do you know what worries me about Tuesday?
Go on.
Is it should be done.
You're
right.
Like
a lot of things at Arsenal at this moment, we should be a lot higher than 4 points.
Sanchez's toenail, wasn't it?
It was a great save.
And to worry you even more, I was very impressed with Chelsea at Napoli last night.
They're on form. Do you know they've lost 1 game?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but also, look, the thing is like, I think sometimes
pressure's on that
you
game
can have in your head like, oh yeah, we're going to win these games like 4-5-0, and we should be. But then things happen in football, and that's what we love. Like like you said last week on this, the domination thing. You can dominate a team. You can have shots all over the place. Their goalkeeper can have a worldie, and you could still lose the game. Or on paper, we should beat everyone 4-0. It doesn't work. Like when you're playing it on it's played on a pitch, and that's it. And things happen, and that's what does make it exciting. And the emotional roller coaster. Do we like it? We do.
All right, Chris, let's ask the question then. Come Tuesday night, when you go to bed, are you going to be happy or are you going to be sad?
I'm going to be semi-happy because I think I'm going to be.
You go to bed, you're going to have a semi.
What are you doing in your life?
Go on.
I think I'm going to be in the League Cup final, and I'll be thinking about how am I going to get a ticket. I'll be stressed out, but I think I'll be getting over a draw at Ellen Road.
Do you think?
The Leeds did you watch them at Everton?
I've been impressed with Leeds the last few games.
You've got a match that they're one of the most energetic teams in the Premier League. If you go on that pitch, you ain't
up for it.
Good night.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to Leeds, and I'm not looking forward to Leeds because I'll tell you what, I personally think Leeds is one of the best away grounds to go.
Oh,
I think the
atmosphere together,
when they come out of that song, like, you know what I mean, I get goosebumps when I go to Everton with the old Z Cars music. I love that, right? But when you see when they sing Marching On Together and all that, like it is, you just have to watch it.
And also, it's a bit of an historical fixture, Leeds Arsenal.
Yes.
In fact, let me tell you, back in the day.
Go on, let's talk about this.
That was the game.
Yeah. Because I remember in 1990 we played them in total 5-6 times.
That's right.
We played them. There were 3 or 4 replays in the FA Cup, and then obviously there was the home and away.
But I'm going right back, mate.
You're going back to
70s,
back in the 20s.
Yeah,
the 30s, yeah?
30
like
Leeds,
Herbert Chapman and all them, yeah?
Let me tell you, Arsenal Leeds made Man United Arsenal look like a tea party.
Did it?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
We always talking about, that was the 70s. Norman
In the 70s?
Story, Frank
Really?
McClintock, Eddie Kelly getting sent off at Highbury, 10 men, we drew 0-0. The infamous game when we were going for the title with them, and the referee disallowed a good Leeds goal, and the Leeds fans just invaded the pitch.
Yeah, who was that against? Sheffield?
West Brom.
West Brom, yeah.
And then they beat us on the Monday, miles offside Jack Charlton goal, and Emma used to be.
Really? What was the earliest you went to the Highbury?
67, mate.
What was Highbury like in 67 or 70, like 69, compared to 1990? Was there a lot of difference?
Not really, no.
No, not really.
No. I saw grow. You know we're sitting here.
Pitch was a bit different.
Yeah, pitch.
You know we're sitting here saying we ain't won the league for 22 years. I was thinking about that the other day, and the reason I remember I was only a little boy when we beat Anderlecht and we won the Fairs Cup.
Yes, in 71.
Right? 69. That was.
Sorry.
No, 70. That was.
All right, 70. I was a year.
And I was a little. I always remember that, and I looked around me. Remember. And Arsenal fans have gone 18 years with nothing. And there's grown men crying their eyes out.
Because it was 20 years, wasn't it? Because we won it. Didn't we win the league and cup?
53 we won the league. Then we waited all the way to 1970.
Yeah, 70. That's what I was saying. We won the league in 71.
Yeah.
London, it was League Cup double in 71, and then obviously won it in 89. So
I'll be really honest, right? If Arsenal are to win the league,
I'll cry my eyes out.
I think I will. I'll be very emotional.
Really?
Yeah, because I honestly, genuinely didn't think. I don't think Arsenal. I had a fear. When after 2004, there was a period I don't know in the Arsenal years. And I remember sitting down and saying, do you know what? We're never going to win the league again.
No,
you know what I mean? Like, we was that far off of it. Like, Chelsea come along, Man City, Man United, never going to win it again.
Wow.
And now I've got the belief we can win it again. But I still don't know if we're going to or not ever. But I honestly think I'll be very emotional if they do it.
Do you know what, actually? It's funny you should say that, because I was watching against Manchester United, obviously, where you sit above me. I watched, not it sounds weird, I watched you, but obviously when they scored, I went around to look at you, and you're there, and I didn't see his character, he's there going, honestly, you get into it. I was like, when the goal went, and I was like, and I just looked round to sort of give you a wave, and you were in that, and I was like, yeah, you do get emotional.
I'm in the zone when I go to games.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm in the zone when I go to games. I don't know, yesterday was a relaxing one.
It was chill, wasn't it?
But come Saturday, I'll be in a zone of I don't know. I'm not looking for. I won't sleep that well Friday night. Friday night, before the game, going up there.
You are going up there, yeah?
I'm going up there, you know what I mean? We're going in.
Fit to travel.
There, so,
fit to travel with the squad.
But we're not in a car, which is a good thing. We're in a nice luxury.
No, that's nice.
Yeah. Okay.
So I've got my own seat and all that. I'll put my feet up, blanket. It's lovely, you know what I mean. But that's
the way to do it.
But I'll be nervous before engrossed in the game. And if we win it, fancy. But yeah, I do. I kick every ball. That was painful Sunday. Painful.
Yeah, I think because it was a shock to the system, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think we'd lose. I thought we might. I knew Man United would be a different Man U coming on that pitch, but we didn't help ourselves.
Nah. We've got to be a little bit more. I don't know, a little bit more up for it. I think that we will be. I genuinely, I think that how I see it is, I think that we'll beat Leeds just. I think we'll draw against Chelsea.
Do you think that's enough, though?
Yeah, it's enough. That is enough. I don't think we'll be convincing.
If we beat Leeds 1-0 and we draw against Chelsea, I'm all in. I'm all up for that. And sometimes football goes like that. That's all you need. Yeah. You don't win every game 3-5-0 just to get to all this mad route to the final. There are fine margins, and it is and I'll take that.
I'd like to see us stop conceding goals, though.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a bit. Why has that happened? Do you think? Like, I think like, even yesterday, like, you know what I mean, the goals. You know, like 2 mistakes from me, like, you know what I mean, like Calafiori, I don't know what he was doing. Like, when he done it, I said that's going back to VAR. It's a penalty, like, you know what I mean. And the second one, I thought Nketiah lost his man and all that, like, but didn't do enough to stop the cross. You could turn around and say the game was over and all that, like. But we didn't do enough against. I know they got great goals against Man United. I don't think we've done enough to stop them.
It was both games. It was 70. You're running on 70%. Last night, you know. I think the players knew 70% that gets the job done. It was just about getting the job done. Fair play to Kairat. They scored as many goals against us last night as we've conceded in the previous 7 games in the entire competition.
So there's a little bit of intensity out of that game.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. I was sat in Robbie's seat actually, and the fans, the away fans, are sort of just below. Really good view actually, and. They were going nuts. It was like their cup final, and obviously just every goal, when they got the penalty, they were going crazy. And obviously at this time they were 2-0 down. Yeah, they were there was 1-0 down. They get the penalty and they went mad. And obviously they scored it, went crazy. And obviously even when they got the goal at the end, they're free. You know, it's the last kick of the game. They got that goal, and the fans went nuts. And fair play to them. And that's the level of support. None of them moaning. You had their players coming over, pictures, loving it. I think he's just lost a game of football, but then that's the difference. They're in a competition playing at, you know, Arsenal. There's levels to this game, you know.
Without a doubt, like, you know. But you go back to Bournemouth, a couple of silly goals conceded
When
there.
did the last time we kept a clean sheet?
What's that?
When was the last clean sheet?
About Forest and Liverpool.
You know, like 3 against Man United, 2, you know what I mean? Like, I am with you on that. 2 against Chelsea in the Cup.
Yeah, and they were annoying.
Annoying goals, you know what I mean? Like, you know, just giving away. Is it we're making mistakes because of the pressures on?
No, we can't keep. No, I just think, I don't know what it is, Lee. If I knew the answer, I'd ring up Mikel and tell him. I don't know. Perhaps we're not. Other than Gabriel and Saliba, perhaps we're messing about with the fullbacks too much. Perhaps the midfield ain't giving us enough protection. Perhaps we've got to go back to basics for a little while. Yeah,
that's a good point. Like, I think, like, play the same back 4 now for the next 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
Same midfield. And you know, if you look at through times, there's always the odd forward gets changed, isn't it? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's always the way. Like, but I think now, I think you're right, Chris. Like, clean sheets there. What we don't want is go to Leeds, get in front, and then do like a stupid thing like Calafiori. We've got to defend properly and make sure that we.
Because they're good at the old dead balls themselves, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, listen, they're a decent side. You know, a decent side. Let's before we go quickly on to the Chelsea game, because we'll cover that as well. Like, you know, what are you going? I know you're going to draw, Chris, for this one, aren't you?
No, we're 3-2 up, and
no, for the Leeds game.
Oh, for the Leeds, I'm going draw. Sorry, yeah.
What? Yeah, go on. What's the score?
1-1.
1-1, yeah.
But I don't think that'd be the end of the world.
I mean, look, it's not going to be the end of the world, is it? I mean, we could still be 2 points clear.
You know, we've just got to.
I think. There's a part of me that says we're going to go and turn it on, and you know, just do this job. But then there's a part of me that's the over-optimistic side of me, and then there could be a side of me that says, "Yeah, you're right, Chris," and we go and get a draw. But no, I'm going to go with I'm going to go with 2-1.
2-1. I think 1-0. Just before we go on to that, like, it's a 3 o'clock kickoff, right? So there's a lot of Arsenal fans can't watch this game, can they? Like, you know what I mean? So
you got to go back to the radio.
You've got to go back and listen to it on the radio.
There's going to be a watch along here, isn't
watch along. But it's for a lot of Arsenal fans, it's going to be nerve-wracking that can't get to see the game and watch it. Like, you know what I mean? So
there are dodgy. Oh, I have heard there are
dodgy things out there.
Are there?
Really?
Remember back in the old days, and this is
what dodgy things are these?
This is something which people won't remember. I don't know if you remember this, Marty.
Go on.
But Chris definitely will, right? That the time before all the football and all that, like, you used to have to listen to it on the radio, right? Okay. And the first half was never on. It was only the second half. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember those days, right? You won't remember those days.
I don't remember that.
So they would have live commentary on the radio of the second half only. So the first half, you wouldn't know, would you? And they go, right, now we're going to Highbury.
What year is this?
I don't know whenever this...
Hold on. I'll tell you when that got blown out of the water was when Capital Gold come along with Jonathan Pearce.
That came along in the 70s, didn't it?
No, that was in the late 80s.
Yeah. And they were, I think they were the...
Do you remember that? Like that?
I remember
so people won't remember that. Like, what was that called?
Capital Gold, I forget.
Capital Gold.
It was Jonathan Pearce, Tony Gale.
And the great Bobby Moore was on it.
And they were brilliant.
Like, so, and then what they'd do, right, is you go to the radio. That was in definitely 89, 91, and around about that time, because I was still playing, because that's when I was playing, like, you could get it. They'd put a London game on. Yeah. Right, so it would be like, it could be Tottenham, Arsenal, like, and they'd have a London game on, like, you know. That
was back in the day when they had the Curry Motors adverts and the Eye in the Sky.
Yeah. But before that, it was just one half of.
That's true, that is.
Of that. So you'd listen to just one half of football.
Wow.
Like, you know, and if I weren't going to the game, I think you'd have to listen to it on the radio, wouldn't you? Like, you know what I mean?
And now essentially you can watch football pretty much.
Well, the annoying thing is, if I want to watch Arsenal Leeds, what I should do is jump on the Eurostar, go to Paris and find a bar.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, spot on.
I can't watch it here.
No, you can't.
Crap.
I know.
They're talking about stopping that, aren't they? Like,
next season.
Is it next season? And rightly so. So, like, my brother like lives abroad, like, so he watches all the games on a Saturday, watches every single game, flicking over like that, and you know, it's like a weekend of football. We should have that, really.
Definitely.
And I don't think it'll affect attendances.
No, that's old hat.
It's not, because do you know what? And I get that, but there's two completely different experiences, as we all know, in going to watch a live game of football and watching it on TV. There are numerous times I'll watch a game of football.
That's even worse.
Yeah, and there's every game of football I go and watch for Arsenal, I'll re-watch it on TV. Not necessarily always the full 90 minutes. I'll definitely watch the highlights. I watch the highlights of last night. I watched the highlights of last night's game, and I'll watch extended highlights of the Man U game. A good game, I'll watch the whole 90 back, just to see it from a different view.
The radio commentary is a killer, isn't it?
Oh, it's a killer.
Because you got, in a way, you're sitting there, it's all
in your head.
It's all in your head.
Yeah.
And you just imagine Saturday. God, no. I don't want to think.
And I remember that you listen on the radio, wouldn't you? And like a goal would be scored, and you watch it back in the match of the day. That's nowhere how I envisioned it. Like, do you know what I mean? A completely different thing. Like, you know what I mean? So, well, there we go. So quickly now, just moving in forward, we're nearly done. Chelsea game Tuesday night. Listen, that's another big game now. Really.
I'm more confident about that.
Quick question. Who'd you play in goal?
Raya. No, we've had this. Look,
it's a semi-final. I want to get a Wembley.
Yeah,
do you think that's why he played him in that Champions League game?
No disparaging towards Kepa, but I'm sorry. And if we get a Wembley, if Raya's in goal again.
Yeah, do you know what? For my part, I rate Kepa. I think he's a good goalkeeper, but he's not David Raya levels. Kepa had his opportunity in the first leg, and he let in a couple of goals, which I personally believe he could. I'm not saying they were good goals, but I believe David Raya gets them.
Put that in the comments, because I want to know what the majority of Arsenal fans think. Like, you know, I'm still sticking with Kepa. Like, but
really?
Yeah, you two guys are going for.
I actually really want to win this League Cup. I actually really, genuinely, I'll be really bitterly disappointed if we don't. Like, I've kind of
we have to.
My sight's set on it.
Yeah, we have to win it because it gives us a wonderful platform. You know what I mean? To be that.
Oh, look, listen, I'm with you, and I think it's a massive thing. Like, you know what I mean? And we was talking about this the other day. You know, I mean, last time we got to 2 cup finals was 93. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, it's a long time ago. Like, you know, you have a look at a lot of teams. They do get to different cup finals and things like that. We need a cup final, don't we? Come on, we need a cup final.
This is what I mean. It'll just be. Do you know what? It'll be. Last
one we weren't even allowed to go to.
It would be great. It would be so good to just win that. I remember in 92, 93 when we won it, and I remember in 87, and I've loved it. I remember that year. Remember with both Sheffield Wednesday Cup finals?
Yeah.
Remember when Steve Morrow broke his arm falling off of Andy Linegan?
No, Tony Adams.
Tony Adams, that was it. Yeah, I know, just literally 1 minute. And he couldn't even go and pick his medal up.
No, he didn't even
straight to hospital.
Injured for the cup final, the FA Cup final as well.
Done. It was that.
Also, if we win, I think we'll be playing Man City. And it's not like the cup final. You get quite a large amount of tickets.
Yeah.
So for a lot of Arsenal fans, it'll be their first experience of the cup final.
Yeah, get cup final tickets a little bit. Well, it's certainly a lot easier to get a League Cup final ticket than a.
But there's a long way to go yet before anyone starts.
They'll be hard to get hold of. That, I mean, would you get 40? What they allocate?
30 something.
Is that it? 30,000.
30-ish.
You think they do 57,000 seats on a normal game?
But like season ticket holders get priority, don't they?
Yeah, what they do last night. I think they even done 50,000.
Do you know what? That's just quickly one thing. Before we go. First of all, just quickly, Chelsea. What are you going for?
I'm very positive on this.
I love that, Chris.
I think we're going to win that. I think
8-0.
No, not 8-0. I think we're 2-0 the Arsenal. I think I'm quite confident about that.
I like that, Chris. I do. I think it'll be a tight game. I think 2-1 again.
2-1. I'm going 1-1. I just want to say, like, before we finish, like, I thought I was very impressed with the Arsenal fans last night. It was like a lot bigger attendance than what I thought it was going to be. Yeah. I thought that, you know, for a dead rubber.
Yeah, but you say
big money as well. It weren't cheap. It was like proper prices yesterday.
Do you know what? Like this is what I don't get is when I hear people moaning about not being able to get tickets. Last night was a perfect opportunity to get tickets. Obviously, naturally, you know, the bigger the game. But if you want to actually go and watch Arsenal, I wouldn't turn that game down. I've got season tickets.
No, a lot of my mates sold tickets.
No way.
I was going because I was on Havertz watch.
Yeah, man.
It's so important to me.
You've got to go. And that's it. If you know, that's a perfect
But it was a good
opportunity.
attendance. I actually was quite surprised by that, like, you know.
Yeah.
And they sung their young boy's name.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
When he come on.
Right. Yeah.
Couple of debuts.
It was all in all.
Who's that guy? What was the young lad's name? He looks like an absolute unit.
Abraham.
Yeah,
they really rate him.
They rate him very highly, so there you go.
We'll see.
Right, well, listen. We'll be back next week.
Yeah,
and all will be revealed. Will we be laughing? Or will none of us be here? Check it out, and we'll see you next week.